The tropical rainforest is the most diverse, complex biome with highest density and biotic potential, yet it is the one in the most imminent danger due to human commercial pursuits. The tropical rainforest is hot and humid and is home to more than 15 million species, amounting to 57% of all life forms on our planet. The tropical rainforest harbors millions of bacteria and microorganisms along with fungi, creating a fast decomposing forest, one that has rich and fertile soil on which plants and trees grow fast. The quick-growing nature of the rainforest gives room to an explosion of niches, with animals and plants adapting to their conditions to gain an edge and stay ahead of the others. In Panama, we sometimes take for granted the beauty and complexity of the tropical rainforest. Panama City, the capital, is one of the only cities in the world to have a tropical rainforest itself within its city limits. With this comes the issue of conservation. Tropical rainforests were not always what they are today. To reach the maximum level of succession and complexity, the tropical rainforest does not grow just anywhere. Conditions have to be right and adequate. This type of biome is found near and about the equator. Hot and humid, these forest giants receive from 400 to 1,000 centimeters of rain per year. The largest rainforests are housed in the Amazonia region and Amazon basin. These regions are home to the Amazon rainforest, the forest in Zaire in Africa, the Amazon basin, and forests in Indonesia and Southeast Asia. Tropical rainforests are also found in many tropical islands including Hawaii and many Pacific islands. These green giants, however, cover less than 2% of the Earth's surface. What is truly remarkable is that they house 1 in 10 of all species on Earth. Rainforests have abiotic factors that curiously generate biodiversity. The first abiotic factor is the amount of water due to precipitation that they receive, a factor which creates fierce competition amongst the plants in the rainforest. There is documented cases of plants competing for resources in rainforests for water and nutrients. These include plants strangling each other with their roots or leeching off of each other in parasitic relationships, and even engaging in chemical warfare. The second most prominent abiotic factor is space. As discussed, rainforests are extremely dense and covered from the floor to the canopy with many plant and animal species. Space is highly limited and sought after. Plants will create attractive fruit or seeds that will spread far and wide to assure dispersal and survival. Other plants will choose not to grow on the ground but rather on trunks, such as vines and air plants. Animals such as birds will seek for niches at different levels of the rainforest. Some birds will feed off the seeds fallen to the rainforest floor, while others will harvest the fruit in the under canopy. Plants and animals will find homes from the shrub layer all the way to the emergence in top canopies. A crucial abiotic factor is temperature. The hotter the air, the more. A rainforest is like a sponge. Besides the ocean and ice fields of Arctic and Antarctic, one of the largest sinks for fresh water in the world. Temperature usually ranges around 77 degrees Fahrenheit. It can drop below 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Rainforests are diverse within their own classification, but in Central American rainforests such as Panama, 50% of rainfall comes from the biome zone evaporation. This creates an issue for countries such as Panama, Colombia, and Brazil, where deforestation is a problem. With deforestation comes less rainfall. This creates an issue for countries such as Panama, Colombia, and Brazil, where deforestation is an issue. With deforestation comes less rainfall. This is an issue that will be discussed later. Soil and sunlight are also abiotic factors. These are factors that also create competition, such as plants having complex root systems and reaching high for light, or growing larger leaves to maximize sunlight capture. However, just here in Panama, we are present with sprawling rainforest, home to many unique and endemic organisms. Rotten vines are a vine species that is very parasitic. It clings from trees and has spikes. It can even strangle other vine species or the tree itself. This parasite harvests its host, to leach water and nutrients. Liana are shrubs that grow on the forest floor but grow towards the canopy with trees. Many beautiful orchid species inhabit the Panama rainforest. One is the Trigondium ergotineum. Coffee, cacao, and banana trees are all plant species commonly grown in Panama for commercial sale. Among the Panama wildlife, we see many mammals such as jaguars, sloths, parrots, harpy eagles, Panama's national bird, iguanas, deer, poison dart frogs, tapirs, armadillos, snakes, anteaters, butterflies, to name just a few. The pygmy three-toed sloth is an endemic and endangered species in Panama. The Coiba Island howler monkey is a very unique and endangered monkey who has a very limited habitat. The Panama coral snake and many more reptiles call the Panama rainforest their only home. Jumping spiders are also found in Panama. The list is endless. The Panama rainforest is one with the greatest diversity of frogs. It is a shame that due to habitat loss, many are becoming extinct. The golden tree frog used to be an endemic frog to Panama, poisonous and highly specialized, eating only certain kinds of insects. Now, due to various factors, including a fungal infection epidemic amongst frogs, this wonderful organism is now on the verge of extinction. Many animals in Panama are being subject to deforestation and habitat loss. Works such as the Panama Canal and human development could have wiped many endemic species. We may never be always extremely concerned with environmental impact. Environmentalism is a highly interdisciplinary, and development in Panama exposes this. Panama is also prone to habitat loss due to deforestation. The deforestation rate from 2000 to 2005 was only 1%, but in a small country like Panama, it is more than it seems. The main causes are to grow cash crops, raise livestock, logging enterprise, and subsistence farming. One human interaction that directly impacts food chains is clearly deforestation. It affects all food chains. One noteworthy one is how fewer seed and fruit producers such as fig trees, keystone species, can quickly make other species run out of food. The fig tree becoming more scarce is causing many insects and birds to lose a food source that bears fruit year-round. Many frugivores depend on the fig tree, such as fruit bats. Many reptiles eat fruit bats. Although not limited to them, it accounts for part of their diet. The example of a food chain, therefore, would be the fig tree feeding a fruit bat and the fruit bat feeding a boa constrictor. Without the tree, which is subject to clear cutting, this food chain collapses. Panama benefits hugely from ecotourism and is one of the reasons to preserve the rainforests. The Panama government has taken early action on preservation. The main form of conservation has been establishing national parks. The government of Panama has established 14 national parks with the aim of protecting the country's biodiversity. The world community has also recognized the need for protection of this biodiverse region by awarding the status of a UNESCO World Heritage Site to Panama's 3 national parks, Darien National Park, La Amistad International Park, and Coiba National Park. This movement of preservation is crucial for the future of Panama's rainforest, and a step towards preserving climate conditions and biodiversity worldwide. National parks have been proven through years of conservation to benefit many parties. The parks create ecotourism and raise awareness about issues regarding rainforests, being educational and economically viable solutions. Gamboa Rainforest is a prime example. This is also a smart move to preserve precipitation levels and conserve hydroelectric prospects for the future. The fact more forest is preserved will also preserve the soil and avoid erosion. In the Panama Canal Zone, trees are being replanted to avoid landslides, an economic decision as Panama will not have to spend as much on dredging to preserve the largest economic asset to the country, the Panama Canal. Rainforests must be preserved. The actions taken today will decide the consequences of tomorrow. Together we will decide if our children will celebrate our choices or condemn our actions. Rainforests are every day more scarce. Panama's rainforests are the climax of diversity. The action taken by the government by preserving forests will benefit generations of the future. Although the local impact may seem small, the global impact for the future will be priceless. Rainforests are a priority to preserve. Every day environmental conditions worsen, and it seems like money is always the root of the problem. Yet the power to take action resides in people. Small actions may be taken for granted, but being part of the problem is not the solution. Together we will all make a change. John F. Kennedy once said, "Efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction." Let us give direction to the future, and not only strive for pragmatic conservation, but also for the enjoyment of future generations to witness the marvel that are rainforests.